gentlemen, and children of all ages, this is Douglas Block from Portland, Oregon, as my mother used to say, with your live chat for today. It is now the 24th of November, 2019. This is live chat number 141. How's the sound? Okay, oh, you like Alden Sanders? You like these? Oh, Kimmy. Yes, he's normalizing this brutal illness. Kimmy, yes, you have such nice red hair in your icon. From the Netherlands. Anyway, yes, something went wrong with my, it must be OBS or something. Who knows? I'll ask my technician, but at least you can hear me. The sound is not as great as it would be with a professional microphone, but I'm using my Apple laptop. Speaking of which, the Apple 16-inch laptops are now out for you folks. All right, let's get right to it. I posted a wonderful video on Monday called Don't Believe Everything Your Brain is Telling You. And a lot of people like that. And I had like 70 comments in the first day. So what do you think? Yeah, should we listen to everything this little brain tells us? Well, what if it tells us we're crummy or we're losers or we're bad or we deserve to die or why bother? There's no way out. You know, forget it, you know? I'll never get over this depression. I'll never get over this anxiety. I'll never get married. I'll never make any money. Look at all that negative self-talk. You know what that's called, guys? Yes, well, I don't like those long evening nights either, Patty Grady. Here it's called ANTS. Okay, so for a free copy of this chart that I took 20 years to put together, self-care activities to improve your mood and boost your psychological immune system, who can tell me what ANTS stands for, or ANTS? Anybody been in outpatient therapy like me 20 times? Can you let me know what it stands for? And you're right, Kimmy, we can trust our brains when we're depressed. $5 taco platter. How did it opposite? What did the hippopotamus say when it retired? Thanks for the memories. Oh, I don't even know what that means, but it's so funny. Wouldn't that be the elephant? I thought elephants had good memories. We don't know if Muhammad's here yet. He should show up. Anyway, no one has answered my question. What does ANT stand for? If you don't, that's okay. I'm going to tell you in a minute, but I wanted to let somebody have the opportunity to win a free chart. By the way, ever since I put my bird feeder out my window, I guess I could go ahead and turn the laptop 180 degrees and you can see the birds. But anyway, they're wonderfully cute. They're finches. Stinky thinking? Yeah, you're close. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? There's great food, but no atmosphere. Oh, that is very good. Chris Geiser, I have to basically copy that. Oh, my God. You could say that about, well, Mars has some atmosphere. That's right. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste this. Give me a moment, you guys, okay? Did it not copy? What is going on? There we are. Much better. All right. You've affected a case Ross Rod, and what would be shall be. But you always need to escape it. Thank you, Mobius Zero. And did you know yourself over the Mobius strip? Are you a mathematician? The Mobius strip is very, very, very well known because it doesn't have an inside and an outside. Hey, Mohammed, you got a good thumbs up from Anthony. It's the whole idea. This is what this podcast is about, this live chat. Okay, so, yes, being off alcohol does help with anxiety. Yes, okay, so, since nobody knew the answer to my question, what does ANT stand for? I'm going to have to be a good teacher and type it in. And here's what it stands for. And I want you to remember this. Automatic. No, it's not automatic transmission. I'm sounding things out using I'm using phonics. Thoughts, which is a hard thing to sound out. And that's going to be tough. Here we are. Automatic negative thoughts. That's why a very famous psychologist, when I went to his office, he had an anteater. And you know what anteaters are, right? They're cool. I said, why do you have an anteater? He said, well, it's because I wanted to eat ants. I said, what are ants? I said, that's what's in your head. He said, automatic negative thoughts. What's Santa Claus's favorite horror film? A Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh my goodness, you guys are just, hey, if I was depressed before this live chat, I'm not depressed anymore. I've got you guys trained well. I'm copying that also. You know, in my next book on depression, I got to go ahead and put some of these jokes in. 44 people watching, 12:06, Pacific time, 8:06. Greenwich time, 7:06, something time, 3:06 East Coast time. You're still suffering, but things are looking up a bit. Yes, yes, yes. You know why? Because look, listen up, as my gym teacher used to say. What goes down must come up. Look at that phoenix bird, my favorite symbol, rising from its ashes from the funeral pyre. Tell me if that's not an image of anybody recovering from depression. Hey, Peyton, how are you doing? Sherry Johnson, Automatic Negative Thoughts. You got it. All right. So when we are depressed, we cannot trust our minds. Exactly. It makes it hard to reach out for many reasons. When I express how depressed I was to loved ones, they seem to attach me even more. Well, that's a whole other issue. Like, how do you get support when you're depressed and people detach? Why do you think people detach? When you're depressed and you're saying, I'm suffering, I can't take it anymore, I'm going to kill myself, whatever, why do they detach? Tell me. I want to reach out, but I always feel like a burden to friends. Yeah, how do I cope with that? Well, I have a new book about that. You're really not a burden because people like to help. Do you know that there's something called helper's high? Do you know that human beings are hardwired to connect? You know we are a cooperative species? I mean, look at all the food that gets delivered to new seasons, even if they mark it up 100%, right? Look at everything. Look how interconnected civilization is. We are a mutually symbiotic civilization. So people like to help. You won't be a burden to them, believe me. There are people who want to help you. The key is finding out how to reach them. And of course, a psychotherapist is a really good start. All right. Yeah, they're scared. That's right, Kimmy. Very good. The reason when you tell someone you're depressed, or you're afraid you might not be able to continue, or you never felt this bad, they get scared because it might happen to them. They don't know how to handle it. So I hate to tell you this, guys, but when I was depressed in 96, 97, the only people who stuck with me were females, were women. All the men just ran away. There's something about you gals that you're hardwired to be more nurturing and more empathetic. Not that men can't. I'm a man with a strong feminine nature, if I can pronounce that right. But anyway, yes, a lot of people get scared. Your thoughts are in trying to quit smoking cannabis and feeling less depressed. Yeah, I would say you should definitely quit smoking cannabis. Cannabis is a depressant. What do marijuana and alcohol both have in common? Raise your hands. They are, I will write this out. They are both depressants. What does that mean? They depress the nervous system. Well, if you're depressed, why would you want something to depress your nervous system, right? Better to try cocaine or something. But you know that Sigmund Freud actually thought that cocaine was a miracle cure for depression? So, for another chart, why did Sigmund Freud give up using cocaine as a treatment for depression? Who can tell me? Yeah, both are downers. That's right. Hey, Andrea M., one of my favorite names. My glands are swollen when I'm depressed. Is that natural? I don't think so. That's a different thing entirely. You should go to a medical doctor and have that diagnosed. I mean, there is a mind-body relationship, but I think I've never seen it. But yeah, go check it out with your doctor. Yeah, violence is declining, Mobius Zero. You're absolutely correct. It's a safer world than it used to be. Even though looking at the media, you wouldn't think so. Did I ever get your email? Andy Sanders, I get 100 emails a day. What did it say, and did it have your name on it? Send it to me again. The Bolivian flag. No, it's not quite it back there. It's basically a flag composed of native peoples from Bolivia, but you were close. A lot of those colors are from native peoples in Bolivia, given to me my consultant, Amy Samara, a great person. Yeah, she brought it back from Bolivia. Very cheery during the winter. All right, so no one has answered my question. Why did Sigmund Freud stop using, oh my God, was that a hummingbird? Holy McGillicuddy. Well, my feeders are working. Can depression or nervous breakdowns actually damage your brain? No. Okay, I have a video I want you to watch, Rosie Bangle. By the way, good to see you. I hope you and Lazy Eye Ranch have been conversing. So here's the video. It is, does depression cause brain damage? Rosie Bangle, type those words into the search bar on my YouTube homepage. You'll see the video. The short answer is no. So, in 96, 97, I won't tell you if that's 1896, because if it is, I'm getting some sort of award, but I remember sitting on the curb one day when someone was driving me around looking after me, and I went to the store and I sat there and said, I'm a shadow of the person I used to be. By the way, click on that super chat to donate some money to this channel. It deserves it. Anyway, I'm sitting on the side of the road thinking, you know, I'm a hollowed out person. I can't concentrate. I can't read. I have no joy. I'm basically hanging on. How will I ever get back to the old Douglas? It's impossible. But guess what? 7 months. Not only was I back to the old Douglas, I was writing a book called When Going to Hell Don't Stop. I was starting a website. I was running groups. I actually ended up higher when I resurrected than when I started. That is what the human brain can do. So you can recover. Yes, yes. All right. So, Elvi Jaha from the Middle East, probably. I have massive respect for you. I suffer from severe anxiety, OCD, late depression. Let's say I failed with my wife. Very bad mood. I cannot smell. You're on an Afrinil is actually an old antidepressant, but it does work for some people. You just need to be under good psychiatric care. And look, because you're in pain, email me and I will send you a free copy of this chart. And how do you get in touch with me? It's very simple. You go to douglasblock@gmail.com and I will send you a copy of the chart. 53 people watching. When we hit the 60, I'm going to make a very exciting announcement. A very exciting announcement. I am just jazzed about this announcement. Yes, how many tickles does it take to make an octopus? 10 tickles? Ha ha ha. Yes, they told me that joke last time. Rosie Mango, I've had several and it always made me wonder. Thank you. Nice to be back. Nice to see you. Have you been in touch with Lazy? Hi. Did I hear about the carnivore diet? Nope, you're gonna basically make a joke, I'm sure. You're dealing with PTSD, so is every Jewish person in the world. It's called generational PTSD from the Holocaust. So are African Americans from slavery. By the way, I highly recommend you watch a new movie called Harriet, about Harriet Tubman, an amazing American heroine. Oh my goodness. What she went through to deal with the underground, to create the underground or support the Underground Railroad. Yeah, there's lots of generational PTSD from people who have been oppressed, and that's a lot of people in this world. Nonetheless, there are techniques, including EMDR, that can help. And again, the body and brain always strive towards wholeness. I'm in debt. Is it smarter to go deeper in debt to get psychological health? Well, health, that's tough. If your life or your sanity depends on it, yeah. Also, there are low-cost psychological places to get counseling. Well, everywhere in Portland, of course, everywhere in any big city. I don't know where you live, but there's low-cost counseling available. Check it out. But yes, your sanity is worth more than money. Although it's obviously good to have both. Eating only meat can heal depression. It can, but it'll get you constipated. It is not good for your heart, and I don't believe it. So there you have it. Any thoughts about OCD? Washing my eyes every time I see something that sparks flashback. Washing my phone. What do you advise? Well, I have a video called How to Get Free from OCD. You should watch it. You should also go to a good psychologist, psychiatrist. There's a medication called Luvox. By the way, there was a disclaimer at the beginning of this video, which I forget to mention, that this video, this live chat is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is not meant to replace any sort of mental health counseling by a qualified professional. So if you're feeling really bad, if you're feeling, that you are at risk, you get to a counselor or the ER room immediately. So all I do is give information. It is true that something called Luvox, L-U-V-O-X, has been certified, approved by the FDA for the treatment of OCD. So you may want to talk to your doctor about it. You're doing EMDR, it's rough, but hopefully worth it. Well, it's helped a lot of people out. I've heard that grieving is different than depression, says Jeffrey Shavy. How can things that you do to help yourself with depression help? Well, grieving is something that you just have to go through a process. Time heals all wounds. The problem is when you're depressed, you have something called complicated mourning, which means that the grieving doesn't clear up like it would be for a person who doesn't have a depression. The grieving can also lead to lots of negative put-downs. There's a difference between being sad and being depressed. There's a big overlap. When you're sad and depressed, you lose sleep, you can't eat, you're bummed out, but you don't call yourself a piece of crap. And people who are grieving, usually, not always, but most of the time, do not have suicidal thoughts. But to be grieving and depressed is tough, so you just need to get some good counseling, go to a grief support group, and there are a bunch of good books on grief you can read. How to change negative beliefs to positive? That is a $64,000 question, my friend Alexander. That's what humanity has been trying to do forever. And there's a therapy out there. Audio is a bit hissy. Yes, I know. I don't have my. Oh, that's my laptop that's making that song, that noise. It's not the audio. Yeah, my regular microphone wasn't working, so the sound quality is not the best today. I apologize. I will get the microphone fixed. You'll just have to bear with the hiss. I can hear it too. It's actually coming from my laptop. So sorry about that, James D, but you can still hear me. Thor Peterman, saw your videos 3 years ago and healed with them. Now I lost my job. My father's on deathbed, so here I am again. Yes, well, that's called situational depression. You just need to ramp up the healing strategies. And again, here they are. For a donation, you can get self-care activities to improve your mood. And yeah, that will not happen. I'll get the microphone fixed by next Sunday. Chronic depression shrinks your brain. You're right, it does over a long period of time, but healing expands it again. It actually shrinks the hippocampus, the part of your brain that relates to memory. That's why people with depression have a hard time remembering things. But I had a depression. I've had 4 major depressions for 18 months each. The last time it was so bad I had to get electroconvulsive therapy. I couldn't even tie my shoelaces. Yet 9 months later, everything was restored. So you're right. Depression does shrink your brain, but healing expands it. Sonnet Ismail from Denmark. I'm dreaming a lot during this depression. Often I find it hard to distinguish between my dreams and reality because memory's gotten so bad. Is this normal? Memory getting bad is normal, and yeah, sometimes that happens. Don't worry. Are you under good psychological care? That's the $64,000 question. Yep, he has DPDR. That's what you're talking about, Sonnet. Sometimes it's called depersonalization. Hey, here comes the announcement with 57 people watching. Starting in December, I'm going to start something. Tell me if anyone has ever heard of this word. I just learned about it yesterday. Someone tell me what a podcast is, because I'm starting 2 podcasts. The first one is on healing from depression. I'm going to be using the audio tapes of my older interviews that some of you have never seen. Plus, I'm going to be having guests on to interview both clinicians and clients like yourself or sufferers. And if you feel like you'd like to get interviewed on this new podcast of mine, write me, douglasblog@gmail.com. I'll send you a questionnaire to fill out to see if that's something you might want to do. Kelly Burns, I found a respectably reasonably priced ketamine treatment clinic. I'm scheduled for consultation next week. I'm excited. Well, nothing gained. Usually 5 treatments in Portland, Oregon cost $3,500. How much did it cost where you live? Have you heard from Noah? Taco Platter, you're always interested. Yes. We texted yesterday. He said, hello, I love all of Douglas's live chat people. You're concerned about me. Just send me $1. No, he didn't say that. What he said was, he's struggling with staying sober. It's tough. It's difficult, but he's doing it. And that's the update on Noah. A lot of courage. Alcoholism, addiction are no fun. They are serious brain disorders. So the fact he's dealing with alcoholism and depression, only the strong people, depressive people are not weaklings. There's nothing wrong with them. They don't have any character flaws. You have to be strong, tough, and resilient to deal with this kind of disorder plus addiction. So he's doing well. Send him your prayers. Tips for helping someone out of an abusive relationship. Wow, you got to go to a really good therapist. There's a very famous book called Women Who Love Too Much, way back from the 80s. You might want to consult. Well, you wouldn't mind doing an interview? Email me and we'll see. Well, you have to promise not to go on any rants about North Korea. Otherwise, the interview ends. Hey, I love the name Joy. Hello from Indonesia. So, I don't know if any of you are religious, but one of my people who write me from YouTube turned me onto this book. I just got it. God's Creative Power for Healing. It's by a guy named Charles Capps. He does affirmations. Listen to these are all like affirmations from the Old Testament Bible. I have a strong heart. Every heartbeat floods my body with life and cleanses me of disease. Let me do it again. I have a strong heart. Every heartbeat floods my body with life and cleanses me of disease and pain. Wow, this guy, I gotta get a hold of this guy. I've been writing about affirmations forever. By the way, Taco Platter makes a very important point. He said, when I was suicidal, one day felt longer than a month. You're absolutely right. That's what's horrible about being severely depressed. Time stretches out. It feels like an eternity. So when someone tells you, oh, you're depressed, you're on the edge, you'll get better in 9 months, that's like a death sentence. 9 months? No, you don't tell somebody that. What you tell them is live one day at a time, just get through the next 24 hours and take the next day. That people can handle. 9 months, that's like eternity in hell. Stanley Modlagoff, hello. Is TDCS helpful with anxiety maintenance? Is that transcranial magnetic stimulation, I think? The mind of Joshua, I love it. I've been at issues. Someone close to me is dying, so I try to get close to me. I was like crushed and scared when they pass. Do I emotionally attach myself? Well, you do something in between. And again, you need a good counselor to help you do what's right for you. Either extreme is probably no good. You don't want to get totally detached, and you don't want to get so enmeshed in it that it runs you over. It's probably someplace in the middle. Again, work with a good therapist. How can we get a copy of that little affirmation book? It's only $1 on Amazon.com. It's called God's Creative Power for Healing, and it's got by a guy named Charles Capps. Amazon.com, $1. It was either $1 or $2 on Amazon Prime, free shipping. He has written so many interesting books. I've never heard of this person, and this one person who loves affirmations who wrote to me, $35. Thank you, Sana and Krona. Thanks for keeping me alive anytime. What does that translate in US dollars, by the way? The other day, I have an agent, of course, I'm a writer. She said, you got a 6-figure advance. I said, $1 million? Oh my God, I can finally get pesto and afford pesto. Or maybe have some chocolate cream pie. When the royalty check came, it was only for $300. Evidently, the conversion rate from lira, Italian lira, to dollars is what we call in Yiddish butkus, or goat droppings. Anyway, hey, thanks for the thought, no matter what the exchange rate is. Thank you very much. I will keep you alive as long as I'm alive, Sana. I am not going anywhere. A little tip on how to overcome overthinking? Just do it. That's what Nike says. Shaking from the UK, Thomas Gonzalez, nice Irish name. Daft Flanagan, now that's an Irish name. Podcast, a group of doctors, a group of dolphins acting. Oh, I got it. Haha, that's funny. Did I do a video on how to overcome anger? Yes, I did one about, yes, I did. It's called How to Express Your Anger When You're Depressed. By the way, I am doing a podcast. I will be interviewing people. I used to have a show where I interviewed people. I had a radio show when I was 18 at college. I love radio, and even more than being on YouTube. How about what to do when your parents nag you about everything? Yeah, I would definitely go to a channel of an adolescent psychiatrist, and they'll give you lots of good advice. You caught me for the first time? Well, Sunflower Jill, it's every Sunday at 8, it's 12 p.m. Pacific time. Just do the math, wherever you are. Just tune in. Hey, you almost forgot it's Sunday. Well, Rosie Bangle was waiting for you. She's been having an anxiety attack because you're not here. Say hello to her, Lazy Eye Ranch. I recommended a book called Brain Lock by Jeffrey Schwartz that covers obsessive thinking. I have 2 copies of it. Yes, Taco Platter. Anybody who has OCD should get that book. It's called Brain Lock, and Taco Platter put it right up there for you to watch. All right. How can I get the confidence to excel in a job interview? From solo, it comes out in the interview. Yeah, you got to psych yourself out. It's called fake it till you make it. What you do, Bertie Curry, is you go practice. Find a job counselor and go ahead and practice the interview. It's called visual rehearsal. It's called dress rehearsal. And once you get in there, it'll be so ingrained in your brain, you'll just go on automatic pilot. That's how piano players go into recitals. So find someone to practice with. Well, oh, $20 from Aiden Sanders. Thank you. That's US dollars. I want to thank you for all you do. Your videos have helped me much. I can't wait for your podcast. Have you done a video about intrusive thoughts? Yes, yes, yes. It's one of my most popular. Here. The video is called How to Respond to the intrusive and obsessive Yes, it's not very much. It's only about $10. I'm reading Managing OCD with CBT for Dummies. It's good. Yes, it is good. CBT for Dummies is a really good book. I need to get it. By the way, why do you think I'm good at, my channel is good, I'm good at helping you out? Do you think it has anything to do with the 3 degrees I have? Actually, I have 4 degrees. Does it have anything to do with my degrees or my education? Say yes or no. Manzi, I have the sinking feeling in my stomach in social settings, expecting my career. What meds would you recommend me to take? Well, I cannot prescribe over the internet. I do have a video I made about a month or two ago called How to Overcome Social Anxiety. You should look at it. And as far as medication, talk to your psychiatrist, but most overcoming social anxiety is done by something called exposure. You just put yourself into situations over and over again until you desensitize yourself from it. It's actually very, very easy. I want you to do is, man to see, I want you to Google, put this in YouTube or Google. It's called exposure therapy. I want you to look that up and read about it. Okay? A medication can be used. It's usually in conjunction with CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and exposure therapy. So look that up. If you think you need meds, go to a doctor and work with a psychotherapist who specializes in anxiety, social anxiety. 58 people. Can we make it 60? It's after the hour, and I'm not telling any jokes because you've got them, but I'll tell one of my favorites. How many people watch The Wizard of Oz? It used to run on TV all the time when I was growing up. It's a classic. Well, the Scarecrow, right, played by Ray Bolger. He finally got his PhD when he got a brain. But what did he do after he got his PhD in the Emerald City? Well, he became a very successful neurosurgeon. Wow, I didn't know he did that. And why was that? Well, he was outstanding in his field. What do you think of that? Pretty nice pun. All right. How to get free of OCD? Yes, that's the name of my video. And I went on obsessive intrusive thoughts. I'm the scapegoat of my family, and it's just horrific abuse. I'm trying to find videos on this type of abuse. Oh, there's lots of them. The best thing to do is hire a good psychotherapist. God, the birds are all over the place. No, seriously, abuse changes the nervous system. You talk about having like genetic, kind of predispositions to for depression. If you have abuse, especially early in life, it's just as bad as having depression heredity. Now, does that mean you're doomed? No. Why? Aha. I'll tell you why you're not doomed. I'll tell you why nobody in this live chat is doomed. And here it is. I want someone to define this word for me. It's called neoplasticity. I know that one of you brilliant guys talked about ANTS, meaning automatic negative thoughts. Yeah, well, I use that joke a lot. What is a joke officially a dad joke when it becomes apparent? Oh my God. Now that is good, Evan Nielsen. You've been to hell and back, and by the way, that's the answer to my question. Why am I able to help people? Because they've been to hell and back, like all of you. We're all healers, and we're all strugglers, but we're all healers. Taco platter, that's an incredible definition. Neoplasticity means the brain can be reprogrammed. My, have you got a degree are you like the Scarecrow? Are you outstanding in your field? Do you have a degree in neuroscience? No, seriously. So, Taco, does that give you hope? Tell me. The fact that the brain can always be reprogrammed. The fact that there is permanent brain damage if you have a stroke, of course, but I'm talking about a mental health disorder. Does that give you hope? Does that give anybody here hope? We need hope. Without hope, we can't get up in the day and go outside. That's why loss of hope is horrible. It leads you to, suicidal thinking is what it does. You feel like, well, if there's no hope, why go on, right? We need hope. We are saved by hope. That's what Paul the Apostle says. The brain pathways can change, absolutely. Do you think technology could cure mental illness, like if we become cyborgs? Well, yes, I think ultimately yes, but not now. We're not there yet. Jesus is my hope. Well, you know what? He's the hope of many people, and I am a follower of Jesus myself, not in a strict religious sense, but I read the teaching of the New Testament. I think he was an amazing teacher and a tremendous, role model for what it means to be a spiritual person. All right, something else, yes. By the way, if Jesus is your hope, This guy, Charles Camp, comes from a biblical perspective. The lives of Christians around the world have been revolutionized by the powerful prescriptions of confessing God's word found within its pages. So, this guy is a Christian who uses affirmations. So I think you would really like this book. Let me find some of the good affirmations here. Oh, he's got them for different parts of the body. Interesting. I wonder if he has anything for depression. He's got healthy heart, bones, arteries. Yeah, I don't think he has anything for depression. That's too bad. Tumors. Yeah, no, we don't have to deal with tumors here. God's medicine. Yeah, well, anyway, he's got a lot of good different. We need some affirmations for depression. How about this? You people who are Christians or non-Christians. Here's something that I remember. Sunflower Girl. By the way, Aiden Sanders, what part of the country do you live? So, I think it's Sunflower Girl. I hope I remember that correctly. So here it is. Here's a quote from the Bible. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Right? And Timothy says, God has not given us the power of fear, something of fear, but the power of a sound mind. Yeah, definitely a sound mind. Has not given us the spirit of fear, but the power of a sound mind. Anyway, yeah, the joy of the Lord is my strength. If you're a believer or a follower of Jesus, you should say that every day. In Kansas, I was just talking about the Wizard of Oz. It's synchronicity. What is synchronicity? Two events happening at the same time that are non-causally related but still meaningful. For instance, you think of a friend in that moment. He calls you. Hey, so I have an REI account. I ordered some pants. My REI account starts with the number 0143. I just got a Capital One bank account. It ends in 0143. That happened 2 days apart. Synchronicity. What were you reading yesterday? Joy of the Lord is my strength. What part of Kansas? Are you near Lawrence, Kansas? I have a good friend who lives in Kansas. Not much consolation lately, but we'd all be over there helping you if we could. The intent is there. Sunflower Girl, you should write me. I've got lots of quotes. You know what you need to do, Sunflower Girl? You need, if I can get the damn thing out here, you need to get this book, Healing from Depression. Believe me, I'm not making much of a profit off of it, but you need it because there's a whole chapter here on spirituality and depression. And there are some really great quotations. It's called The Healing Power of Spirit. You see these pages? I'll tell you what, because I like you. And if you email me, I will send you all these quotations from the Bible and other spiritual sources absolutely for free. It's excerpted from the book. You should still get the book. This is a very famous quote from Psalm 46, verse 12, and then I'll stop with the references. God is our strength and our refuge, a very present help in trouble. Therefore will we not fear, though the earth be removed and the mountains be carried to the midst of the sea. The Lord is a light, my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? I mean, those are powerful words. I mean, again, those are from Psalms. That's from the Old Testament. They've been being said for centuries. Those are powerful healing messages. All right. What was that? And me too, please. Are you talking about those quotes? Yeah, well, I'm a blessing, of course. My mother didn't think so, but oh well. Here it is, douglasblog@gmail.com. Send me your email and I will send you those beautiful quotations. What's the cheese's favorite music? R&B. Cheesy. Oh my God, that is just too much. Oh my God, R&B. I'm sorry, I have to copy that. You guys, I'm going to take a break for a second. I'm just going to taco platter. Where in Canada do you live, by the way? And what's your real name? You don't have to tell us, but I love your pseudonym. Okay, R&B. That is fantastic. Did you make that up? All right, let's get back here again. 57 people watching. We haven't hit 60. How do I stop comparing myself to others that are doing better than me? Oh, that is a major. That's such an important question, Bill. And guess what? I have a video on that, and it has really been helpful to me. You have no idea how much I compare myself to others, especially when I was younger. Okay, so Bill, I want you to type this in after this live chapter is over. What happens when we compare ourselves to others? Seriously, these are words that I've learned the hard way. Okay, so I have to tell a story here. Sorry I can't get all your comments, but I have to share this with Bill. Okay, so that's the name of the video. Okay, so I was raised in an upper middle class family in the East Coast. My high school was very competitive. The idea was, people did not say, are you going to an Ivy League school? The question was, which one are you going to? Harvard, Yale, Princeton, Dartmouth, Cornell, Brown, University of Pennsylvania, and Columbia. Got 8 to choose from. So fast forward, I'm 46 years old, 47, it's 1996. I've had a nervous breakdown. I'm on Social Security. I'm going to day treatment. And I meet this woman, this very nice woman, at a party, and she just graduated from Harvard and got a PhD, and now has a job at the University of Portland in the math department. Well, that was always my dream, to be a math teacher at a liberal arts college. So after a conversation, she brags about what she did, and she said, well, what do you do? Well, my father said, always tell the truth, be honest, Doug. So I said, well, if you really want to know, I go to day treatment, and I'm on Social Security disability. Oh, my God. She looked at me with a combination of pity and contempt. Pity and contempt. Pity and contempt left the room. I felt lower than a snake's belly. Did I compare myself to her? Yes. Did I compare myself to all my friends who are making $500,000, $500,000 homes? Yes. I was a loser. But then I went to my therapist. She said, Douglas, do not do that. You see, it takes a lot of strength. Your job right now is to survive. That's a much harder job than being vice president of Citibank. So don't compare yourself to others. They don't have the challenges you do and the challenges. And one day, you're going to get over these challenges. You're going to have a lot of people. That's a whole lot. That's worth a whole lot more than $1 million house. I know I said that fast, but yes, when you're raised to have your worth depend on how you compare with others, it's a trap. Run your own race. Hey, I'm going to say it right now for everybody. We each have to run our own race. We cannot and should not compare ourselves to others. It's a trap. You can only judge yourself by how you're doing based on what your goals and values are. All right. Lazy Wrens, I would love listening to Douglas read his book as an audiobook. Great voice. Oh, by the way, I am going to make this into an audio book right here. All these ideas. Aside from having a podcast, I don't know if you were here, I'm probably going to hire a professional reader, but this book is going to be an audio book, and I'm going to give you guys a special discount on it when it comes out. I'm going through hell, don't stop, my memoir. God, did I learn a lot going through hell. You can learn a lot going through hell, I'll tell you. Hi, Thomas. I go to bipolar groups now and even went to karaoke last night. I'm tempted to fall back on my drugs, but you know, Darth Speaks, I am so proud of you, whatever your name is. Chris Geyser, thank you for the $5. You're a mensch. Darth was writing me on my YouTube comments, and he was very much in despair. I think he'd given up hope, and here you are going to bipolar groups. You're going to went back to karaoke. I am so proud of you. I'm tempted to fall back into my drugs bed, and I miss my childhood thinking, stay where you are. What have you done to turn this around? Now that is a hero. A hero is somebody who overcomes obstacles. Forget how much money you make. Forget your status. Forget your power. All worthless. When you're on your deathbed, you're not going to think about any of those things. You're going to think about, did you live the life that God intended you to live, or that you intended you to live? Did you fulfill your purpose? You know, did you do these things to the least of me? These, as Jesus said. Absolutely. So just surviving isn't accomplished. Yes, Bertie Curry, that's it. Don't compare yourself to people who make more money or have more success. Your success is beating this disease, beating this illness. It's a bitch. It's horrible. You know, it takes people's lives. Anybody who survives it should be given a purple medal. I mean, soldiers in battle are brave, but we're in a battle. We're a battle against ourselves, against our dysfunctional brains, against our pain, against our history, against our collective history. We are in a battle. We have to survive. We will survive if we survive by joining together. That's my little, what's it called, pep talk. All right. What else do people have to say? So I want you to check that video out. It's called "What Happens God is Truly Is Healing." Yes, SM, you can get those quotes too if you just write me. 1 Corinthians, yes, run your own race. God, see, you studied it. So look, Sunflower Girl, again, for either $1 or $2, I want you to get this book, which I now misplaced. Oh well. The guy's name is Charles Capps, and it was God's Creating Power. Anyway, what do you think about running our own life, and we are in our own battle for survival? Bad audio, I know it. That's horrible. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. My microphone broke, and I have to get a new one. Oh. Sunflower Girl is offering us to go ahead and see her videos. I know the hissing sound that comes from the computer. I'm really sorry about that. I got to find out what happened to my microphone. Yeah, Sunflower Girl, definitely we'd like to see your videos on PTSD. We're in a battle against our brains. I wish others would realize this. So many people understand. You're right, Ebenetti. I love your name, by the way. Okay, thank you for your support and for helping those in need. God appreciates your selflessness. Well, thank you. Yes, Mobius, your brain can be a jerk. I completely agree with you. Yes, Tony Issue, I'm really sorry about the audio. Please forgive me. Rosie Bangle, I made a contraption with my 2 clay pots and liquid wax candles that burn 24 hours and are unscented. It's next to his cage, so he sits on a person here. It works pretty well. Okay, what else do people have to say? Congratulations, Darth Speaks. You're winning the battle. Yes, Lazy Ranch. I'm glad you like my voice. I listen to videos when I'm anxious and can't sleep. Well, guess what? You'll be listening to a lot of podcasts. Oh, you don't know, Lazy Ranch. I'm starting a podcast, which is like a radio station that you can save on your iPhone or or any other. Wow, the squirrels are trying to get to my bird seed. This is not nice. Oh my God! I'm sorry. The squirrel jumped from the roof. Just almost got the bird seed. Anybody know how to get rid of squirrels, by the way? They're a big nuisance. All right, it is 42 after the hour. Random question, what does it mean to be, is that maniac or manic? There was a very song called Maniac that was in the film Flashdance. When you were 48 in despair, what gave you peace inside? My spirituality, my knowing that I was connected to a source within me that would never die, and that's what I wouldn't say it gave me peace, but it gave me enough hang in there. I had no peace. When you're in despair, when you're in suicidal despair, there is no peace. But you just have to know that one day peace will come, and that's what gave me hope. Joyce Forney, good afternoon. I love your little icon. Anyway, what it means to be manic, if that's your question, is someone who is the opposite of depressed. Lots of energy, lots of thoughts, lots of grandiose feelings, feeling wonderful like being high on a drug, but then you crash. Goof chat today. Love you all and see you all next week. Well, always nice to see you, Taco. Rosie Eye Bangle. Well, I just stuck the eye in there. Oh, I'm not going to kill the squirrels, no. Just don't worry about it. I just want to get them away from my bird feeders. Oh my God. I'm tired of being scared all the time. I have tons of stuff I need to sell, but afraid to have strangers out here because I'm alone. Maybe you should get a roommate. Maybe that would help. Or, you could always sell your place, move someplace else, but maybe you don't have the money. Otherwise, have somebody you trust live out there. So did that answer my, you were asking Thomas that, not me. I'm sorry. I was 48 in despair too. I don't know who Thomas is, but Thomas should answer that question. When anxiety is causing you not to sleep, eat, or drink, what can you do? Get treatments, Thor Peterman. Go find a therapist and hopefully a psychiatrist to help you out. I have if you send me an email, I will send you for free a 84 slide video, or what is it called? PDF? Yeah, on everything you can do to reduce anxiety. What's it called? Those things you basically show like a slideshow, like PowerPoint. Yeah, I'll send it to you for free. But you also need to go get professional help. Anything I tell you, no matter how good or how wise, will not substitute for professional help. Sunflower Girl, what's your real name, by the way, and where do you live? You don't have to tell me your real name. My dog stays in way. Yeah, that's right. Well, I need to get a dog then, even though I don't like them. Dar speaks. Look at that. Look at Darth. How creative. It goes from happy to sad. Very good. Doug, my supplements are still working. 4 weeks on, I've been under an amazing amount of stress and bounced back very quickly. Well, I'm glad they're helpful. Again, apologize for the poor audio, people. It was unexpected that my regular mic crapped out on me, but I will get it fixed for next Sunday. Yes, I've read that cayenne pepper mix and bird seed will deter squirrels without hurting them. I heard the same thing from a store. Let's try it. I'm going to try it. I actually did it, and they still ate the damn things. I tried eating them, and I almost burned my mouth out. I know you don't have infinite strength. Well, that's true. Nobody does, but we have an infinite source to fall back on. Your name is Jackie. I like that name. Southern Illinois, yeah. There's a very famous university there called Southern Illinois University. How do you go on with this much attention and hurting people? Look for your... How do you go on? I missed that. Dar speaks. Oh, with this much attention, hurting people looking for your attention? Not quite sure what that means, but I enjoy helping people. It's kind of in my nature, right? I'm a wounded healer. Look it up. Someone who's been through hell and back and is trying to help people get out of the same boat. So it actually feeds me. You know, in AA, the 12 step, we give it away in order to keep it. That's brilliant. The 12 steps are brilliant. AA is brilliant. Bill Wilson is brilliant. The whole movement is brilliant. So I'm going to answer your question, Dar Speaks, with this quotation from the 12 step, or summary of the 12 step. Now, this is a paradox. I want people to tell me what this means to them. You give it. Here it is. We give it away in order to keep it. That is a paradox. What do you mean? If you give away money, you don't keep it. If you give away your possessions, you don't keep it. But service is different. You remember that amazing quote by Tagore? You know, what was it? Can someone look this up on the internet? I don't want to. I'll find it. Oh yeah, that's right, James Bartley. You wrote me with all your supplements. Landrew. Would you suggest a psychiatrist or a psychologist if I was told by professional MD that I may be borderline? Either one. Either one can treat it. I think a psychologist might be better. Mostly psychiatrists just hand out medication, but if they're good, I would actually recommend a licensed clinical social worker. Anybody who has expertise. What you really should do is do DPT under the auspices of your therapist. Should I keep my depressed friend who doesn't respond to any of my "I'm here for you" text? Keep reaching out, Blandrew. They can't respond because their brain is messed up. Every 2 or 3 weeks, keep reaching out. One day they will respond. Forrest, we love you. I love you too. Anybody have any opinion on Celexa? It's a good medication for many people. What should you do when you realize that you can't get something in your life that you want very badly? There's a book about that. It's a very famous book. It's a very famous idea. It's from Buddhism. It's called, boy, am I filled with information or what? The book is called Radical Acceptance by Tara Brach. It's all about how we have to sometimes accept life as it is, and that we can't change. When we can't change things, we have to just, as they say in AA and 12 step and the Serenity Prayer, we have to accept the things that we cannot change. By the way, you know my initials are DB, Douglas Block. DB stands for DB stands for data bank. That's how come I have all these crazy ideas in my head. I talk to Jesus all day long. He's the only thing that saved my life. Yep, a lot of people. Hey, by the way, we only have 10 minutes left, and our super chat donations have been rather meager today. Not that it's a make or break thing, but it always helps to know that we have some financial backing of the channel. Man, I mean, of course I do it because I love it, but it's nice to have some financial support. So if anybody in the next 5 minutes wants to make a donation, you'll get a free copy of my ebook when going through Hell Don't Stop right here for any donation that you feel moved to give. All right. No, you can do something about automatic negative ideation. You can challenge it. Absolutely. You can always challenge negative thoughts. That's the whole point. Mobius, you need to look at my new video called Don't Believe What Your Brain is Telling You. For every negative thought, there's a positive one you can challenge it with. You'll never get over this. Time heals all wounds. You're too weak to get over depression. I'm a strong and powerful person. People will abandon you. No, people will help me. You need to. It's like that book that I've misplaced. For every negative thought, there's an affirmation or positive thought that you can use to dispute it. What's the number of piece of advice for OCD thinking? Get the book Brain Lock by Jeffrey Schwartz. But the idea is turn your mind away from the thought and distract yourself with something else. But read that book, and I'm glad I've been able to help you. If you don't see how to donate online, there should be a $sign. Otherwise, just send me something in PayPal, right? Do you ever use PayPal? Yeah, you can set an account. And my PayPal address is Douglas Block. There should be a $sign you can use. Whoops. Kind of bad. I know, I'm sorry, like I'm walking for money. And then you can also go to www.patreon.com, and I have a crowdfunding site for people who want to be monthly sustainers at $2 a month or more, and you can just type in my name, Douglas Block Depression. So that's the two things you can do. But yeah, you can either send a donation via PayPal, or you can go to Patreon. You suffer from horrible panic attacks. I know, aren't they the worst? Well, again, there are ways to deal with it, and I do have a video called How to Respond to a Panic Attack. But again, number one thing is seek out a qualified mental health professional. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't let you pay it, but yeah, PayPal never fails. You're right, Joyce Forney, all negative thoughts eventually do pass. So James Barley is basically putting out his email address, jamesbartley1982 at hotmail.com. James, that means you're 37 years old. Good for you. I'm 70. You're old enough to be my son. Can I call you son? I'm old enough to be your son, or something like that. Anyway, yeah, Sunflower Girl, feel free to email James. Wow. You didn't apply soon enough for disability? Really? That's impossible. That's stupid. Those stupid rules. Hey, my boss, she's a bully. I shouldn't leave, but I don't want her to win. Oh, don't be ridiculous. That's false pride. If you're in an abusive situation, you deserve to be someplace else that's better, don't you think? Anyway, talk to your counselor about it. Has anyone successfully moved off SSRIs? Yeah, I did. My brain loves to torture me. Yes, well, that's what you have to work on in your therapy, Mobius. Oh, no, Dar speaks. When I was 38, my childhood home, that's funny. Yeah, 1987, when I was 38 years old, my childhood home from New York was sold. It was very traumatic. It's not silly to grieve that. Absolutely not, but you'll get through it. All right, well, we have, oh my God, there's only 20% left on my computer. Again, sorry for the hissing. I apologize. it will be better next week, but at least you can hear it. You guys can understand me. Well, if nobody else has anything to say, I know it's 5 minutes of the hour, but I am stiff from sitting. I got to move, and I have an important, actually, phone call, conference call with someone who might help me start these podcasts at 1:30 my time in about 35 minutes. So I need to prepare for that. So it does hurt so much to let the memories go, but guess what? It's all impermanent. Everything is impermanent. Impermanence is the nature of this physical world. And you'll have to let a lot more go than that when you're my age, like friends, like parents, like, and eventually we'll have to let go of our own lives. So I know it's hard, but that's what we all have to learn here on the Earth plane, how to let go. That's why Radical Acceptance is such a good book. Well, I.K. Miller, nice to see you. I'm about to leave the channel. You can come back next week at noon Pacific time. Thanks for the chat. Hey, Sunflower Girl, get that guy, that book. What was his name? Charles Cabs or something? Why am I not finding that? Hold on. I gotta find that before I leave. Oh my God. Oh, here it is right here. Aha. Sunflower Girl. Here it is one more time. Creative Healing Power by Charles Capps. CAPPS. Look up his books. If you have a Christian basis and you're into some positive thinking, he is the best. Oh my God, he's from England. Oh, he's from England, Arkansas. That's funny. No, he's a very cool. Oh, well, he has CDs, DVDs, and books. www.capsministries.com. I'll write down that for you guys who want to check this guy out. www.capps. There it is right there. Check it out. Sunflower. Jackie, check out his website. Oh, needed money then. 18 years later, accidentally understanding most of my parents. Oh my God. You can sell on eBay? Yeah. Well, maybe you should sell your stuff on eBay. That would be good. Then you don't have to worry about people coming, maybe threatening you. All right. Not fun at all. Absolutely. Okay. So, again, next week, better microphone. Check out those links I've given you. Go read Brainlock by Jeffrey Schwartz. Go to Capps Ministries. Another book. What's another book? Oh, yes, I have a book. I don't know if you know this guy. His name is Douglas Block. He wrote a book called Healing from Depression, 12 Weeks to a Better Mood. It's on Amazon.com. Highly recommend it. Whoops. Well, I'm glad you didn't have to deal with Abuse Dar Speaks. That makes things a lot more complicated. Vendroka, hey Douglas, I had this anxiety episode last week, and I'm glad today your videos helped me through the week. That's great. Here's my best selling, it's not selling, viewed video. If you haven't seen it, this is the anxiety videos of all anxiety videos, at least that I've done. And by the way, there's so much good information out there on the internet. My God, I'm just a drop in the ocean. Isn't that wonderful that there's all this help? As I tell my friends, there's never, or my group members, there's never been a better time to be mentally ill than now. Thank God we're mentally ill in the 21st century. Okay, there's my book. I mean, that's my video. Sorry about that. Okay. So, yes, you should order the book. I'm very proud of it. Anyway, yeah, your cuts hurt. Well, yeah, self-harm is not a very fulfilling thing. I interviewed somebody who used to do self-harm, and they're doing much better now. All right, watching stand-up comedy is very helpful. You should go watch a guy named Gary Goldman. Go join HBO for 2 months and watch his video, The Great Depression. He's a genius. How do you cope with a seriously passive-aggressive parent that used to be abusive? Well, you got to go to your therapist for that, but usually people I know just try to, put distance. Who had the anxiety attack, or who was helped with the anxiety? I don't know. I'm trying to find it. Wow. too many too many comments for me to find that. Anyway, whoever mentioned that my videos helped them when they were anxious, go watch the video, How to Rewire Your Anxious Brain. It's really, you had a lot of fear of social rejection as a child. So did I, Doris Speaks, but you do grow out of it. All right, here we are. It's a great stand-up. Yes, the Great Depression. Chris, thank you. Recommend that to everybody. The man's a genius. He's going to be, one day I want you to see him interviewed on my, visualize him being interviewed on my podcast channel. What a coup that would be. All right. Well, Sunflower Girl and Veronica, you should exchange email addresses. This is all about supportive communities, people helping people. And with that note, I'm going to sign off. It is actually 1 minute after the hour. I went a whole hour. There you have it. And until we meet again next week, I wish you the best in mental health recovery. If you haven't seen my latest video, it is called Don't Believe Everything Your Brain is Telling You. See you next